Hello guys and welcome. I am going to be restarting a series I started not too long ago, and that is GT Online Things to Buy. Now we're going to start with how do I say it, one that could split opinion, good and bad, and that is the Oppressor mk2. Now we all know why it's hated by a lot of people in GT Online, griefers mainly. This is a go-to for griefers when they're trying to blow up cargo or just go down sessions just basically trolling and killing people. In my opinion, I don't use it for stuff like that. The only time I use it for stuff like that is if I'm trying to kill someone that's just previously killed me and or destroyed my product. But in my opinion, it's definitely worth buying. If you are a grinder and you do like making money and you do supply your own businesses rather than buying supplies, this is the vehicle you want. It helps you take out the NPCs you need to destroy in order to, get the supplies. It also can help you protect someone that maybe you're helping sell products. And for me, in my opinion, it's definitely worth buying. There is obviously a couple of things you need to do in order to own the mk2. Obviously, one, you need to own a nightclub. That is an absolute must, obviously. And then secondly, you need to own a terabyte. Now a terabyte is not cheap by any means. A terabyte is not a cheap vehicle to own in Grand Theft Auto Online. And then you have to go out and buy the Oppressor mk2. Now I can't remember how much it is. It's been that long since I actually purchased the mk2. There you go, it's 2.9 million, but I do believe I have the trade price. I'm pretty sure it is close to 4, maybe even above. I'm not 100% certain, but as it says here, you can also see in the notes here, it has to be modified in your terabyte. You can't modify your Oppressor mk2 anywhere else in the game. It has to be within a terabyte, which I know it's a little bit of a sucky thing. Obviously not a lot of people are gonna want to upgrade it in their terabyte, but that's just how it is. Here we go, someone's destroying product already. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, obviously you get people like griefers and tryhards, and you're a grinder and you're trying to make money. They're going to be using an mk2 9 times out of 10, unless it's a jet. Although obviously it has been heavily nerfed in recent years. You think of, at first there was the cooldown. There's a 5-minute cooldown on the mk2, so if your mk2 gets destroyed, you do have to wait 5 minutes to get it back out. Which I agree with the cooldown, but I don't, because for people who are just trying to grind, it's not great. For griefers, well, that serves them right for doing what they're doing to other players. There's also the nerfing of the countermeasures. There's now a longer cooldown before you can use a countermeasure. I do believe they also don't last as long as what they used to. That I agree with, because it prevents people from locking onto you. In my opinion, chaff is probably the best. I see a lot of people using flares. They're just pointless, because in the time he's used one flare, you shot off like 4 or 5 rockets. One of them is going to hit potentially, because that moves me on to my next point, and that is that the rockets are also nerfed, which means they're not half as good as what they used to be. They're not half as accurate as what they used to be. Pretty much now, if you're going to be coming up against anything like a Toreador or a Deluxo, you're going to lose. It's just as easy as that. Before, you could maybe countermeasure a Toreador with a chaff, but now, because chaff don't last as long, you might get 2 hits on a Toreador, he gets 1 hit, you're done. It's got no armor, 1 rocket pretty much blows it up. I do think it looks amazing. My original one, it used to be like lime green. It was a crew colour at the time, but I recently did it up. I think it was like towards end of last year, and I think black and gold just looks amazing. I don't really bother with liveries much, especially on like armoured vehicles like your oppressor. I ain't got one on the original oppressor either. I think that's just all done matte black. No, but and over time, more practice you get with an MK2, the better you're going to get at it. That just comes naturally. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm one of the best, but I wouldn't say I'm one of the worst with an MK2, especially when it comes to trying to defend myself on it and trying to attack someone that's just either blown up my product or just killed me for no reason. I mean, literally just before I recorded this video, I literally parked on a roof and some dude just came past and just blew me up in a Deluxo. And I was only setting up to do this video. And you know what I mean? You're going to get that in GTA. I think, in my opinion, looking at from what I have played it since pretty much day one from PlayStation 3. This isn't the original account. I actually restarted this account on PlayStation 4. So I've had this since PlayStation 4. I think it was about 2017. So I've only had this account for like 5 years, 5-6 years. Ritterpon Bondit is how it's pronounced. But no, obviously you will get better with the MK2. You do see a lot of people in MK2s. You're always going to get one player, one griefer in your session. 9 times out of 10 they're either in a jet or they're on an MK2. Personally, I don't understand why they still use MK2s. If you're going to go out there and grief someone, you're going to pick something that's going to be a little bit better than an MK2 nowadays. You're going to pick something like a Deluxo or a Toreador. But no, like I said, it's a funny thing. Obviously, it's all them years ago when GTA Online first started, I never thought we'd have something like this in the game. This would have just been your imagination gone wild, and I think that's what happened at Rockstar when they've created half of these vehicles, especially with things like the Toreador and stuff like that, the MK2, the Oppressor MK1. But I think it is worth buying. Don't get me wrong, I mean the price tag is high. Obviously you can get the nightclub at the start of the game when you start a new career and or a second character. One of the nightclubs is the options. I wouldn't suggest a nightclub because obviously everyone knows with a nightclub you do need other businesses running through it from your MC, bunker, special cargo, stuff like that. That makes it just 10 times better than what it is that you're going to use it if you just use it as standard, because then you're going to be relying on business battles. Johan. But I will do a nightclub video at some point on what I think is the best way of going about it. People do have different opinions. I love people's opinions. People say, I'll do it this way. Everyone's got their own way of doing it. And I completely agree with that. But yeah, I do think for the price you pay, I do think the MK2 was better a couple of years ago. Better for defending yourself, because now obviously you see a lot more grief. Every session I go in there's a griefer or there's someone in God mode. They're always on an MK2. The MK2 can get destroyed, you can't kill them. But then they've got other ways and means of doing it. They've got a Deluxo, they've got this, that. So it is strange, GTA Online. Anyone that's played it for many years is going to know that it is a very strange game. But no, 100%, if you are a grinder, pick this up. If you're a griefer, then boo. Anyway, I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. I will be trying to upload maybe 2-3 times a week. I haven't been very active on YouTube for the past year because I did have a son. Hence the reason why videos have been very few and far between. If you've noticed through my channel, I've gone down and deleted pretty much near enough every video because I just want a clean slate, a restart. And I thought, what better way to start than obviously the Oppressor MK2, which in my opinion is, for me, who's someone who does like to grind money every day, sometimes I'll just go into free roam and I'll have a laugh. Now I'll just check out what other people are doing and stuff. But yeah, if you did enjoy, obviously it's always appreciated. And obviously please subscribe. I will be trying to upload, as I said. And yeah, I'll see you soon.